Welcome everyone to Monday Morning Morons for February 12th, 2018. This week, let's ease into it with something that doesn't surprise me in the least. First, the setup. Students hate Trump's State of the Union quotes, but they're Obama's. On Tuesday, President Donald Trump gave his first State of the Union address. While the speech was received favorably by 75% of those who watched, according to CBS poll, there were still those who disapproved. Campus Reform headed to John Jay College in New York City to talk to students who disapproved of the speech by asking them to react to a few select quotations. Almost unanimously, the students found each of the quotes to be warmongering, aggressive, and immature. What students didn't know was that all of the quotes given to them were taken from President Obama's State of the Union addresses. How would they react when they found out it was President Obama, not Trump, who had spoken each of the quotes they disapproved of? Okay, so there you have the gist of what's about to happen. Now, I can't show you the whole video, of course. It's too long, I'd get a copyright strike. It's linked below and in the story, so you can watch it if you like. But I wanted to pick out this one girl's reaction and put them together for you because this is the kind of thing I keep noticing. First, her reactions to the quotes when she thinks they are Trump's.
First, talking about ISIS saying, quote, we need to call them what they are, killers and fanatics who have to be hunted down and destroyed. What's your thought on that?
Donald Trump should, mind his own business and, just focus on America because he's the president of the United States, not of the whole world.
Next up, talking about the general world stage, saying, quote, when you come after Americans, we come after you. It may take time, but we have long memories and our reach has no limit. What's your thought on that?
He should be careful because there's other countries out in the world that has, automatic weapons and, nuclear bombs.
Now, let's see what she says once she finds out these were Obama's quotes, not Trump's.
Some people are quick to judge on Donald Trump just because a few things he said, but I think if they paid attention to his whole presidency, maybe they'll have a better outlook on him and a better perspective in general.
People want to judge him based on just a few things he said, like you just did. But now that you know it's Obama, instead, all of a sudden, we should look at the bigger picture and not be so hasty to judge. You see how this works? Someone you don't like says something. That guy is bad, and he should mind his own business. But when it's your guy, you just have to understand nuance and context and big picture, etc., etc., etc. An endless string of reasons you should not do what you just did. This is the problem right now, folks. And let's be fair, it's on both sides, too. I know this video only shows the Trump haters doing it, but that was the point of the story. I am equally sure you could go out there and show Obama haters doing exactly the same shit. We've stopped listening to each other. We've decided that whatever label we gave you now perfectly describes your stance on everything, so we don't have to listen to you. Republican? Well, then you're a pro-choice, anti-woman, theocratic nutjob. I don't need to hear what you have to say. I've already decided what you stand for. Democrat? Oh, well, then you're a communist Sharia apologist who murders babies and hates men. I don't need to listen to you. I've already decided what you think. It's just not that simple, folks. I know we'd all like it to be, but it isn't. As unpalatable as it might be to hear some of the remarkably stupid shit some of these loud groups say, we still have to listen. We can't just dismiss them as morons and hope they go away. We have to listen to what they claim and then point out why they're full of shit. Don't let them drag you into their game of throwing labels at people so you can dismiss them. That's how you get entire groups of not people, and we've already seen how that game plays out. There are no winners, only losers. Do we really want to play that game again? I don't. For example, as easy as it would be for me to simply dismiss the people in this next article as morons, I read it anyway to hear why they think what they think. Reed College to revise Western Civ class after protests call it too Caucasoid and Eurocentric. And then I can point out how fucking stupid that is. Okay, before we read anything past the headline here, I want to emphasize one thing. Western Civ. That's right, this is a class about Western civilization. Now read that headline again. We're pissed off that Western civilization is too Eurocentric. I admit at this point I was tempted to just say, well, no shit, you fucking morons. This is like saying you're pissed off that algebra is too math-centric. But okay, maybe these folks don't realize that Western civilization is based mostly upon the Greeks and Romans. Maybe they don't know that Western civilization is Eurocentric, because that's where it fucking came from, and if they don't know that, well, then this class is exactly where they need to be to learn it, right? So I gave them a pass and decided, okay, maybe they're just ignorant. Let's hear their reason before I call them morons. I am a student of color who has trouble focusing because the curriculum at Reed is Eurocentric and is unrelated to my lived experience. Being told that the West is the most important topic of study damages my mental health and makes me less able to learn. I think that is true for many students of color, and that is part of why we do what we do, Alex Boyd, a Maine Reedies Against Racism organizer, told the College Fix last September. Hang on. Let's unpack that one by one because there's an awful lot of hilarity jammed into that one paragraph. First, I am a student of color who has trouble focusing because the curriculum at Reed is Eurocentric and is unrelated to my lived experience. Alex, dear, you're an American. I checked. Whether you're a person of color or not is irrelevant. Your lived experience is in Western civilization, you moron. Being told that the West is the most important topic of study damages my mental health and makes me less able to learn. Damages your mental health? If that's actually true, then you've got bigger problems than this class, dear. See a psychiatrist immediately. And who told you it was the most important topic of study? Reed College, which was founded in, exists in, and is funded by Western civilization, by the way, requires all students to take this 100-level introductory course as a basic requirement. It's not the only basic requirement either. Did someone tell you that composition was the most important topic of study? Because that's a required course as well. Odd how that one doesn't seem to make you shit your panties. And makes me less able to learn. What the fuck does that even mean? Teaching makes you less able to learn? I mean, that's what this class does, right? Teaches the history and basis of Western civilization. If teaching makes you less able to learn, then you're straight up fucked, hun, because there are a shit ton of things you're not going to learn unless someone takes the time to teach you. Good luck figuring out string theory without a teacher. But that's not it, is it? No, what you're really saying is, I don't want to learn about white people. Well, I didn't particularly want to learn jack shit about sociology. I fail to see how that's in any way relevant to a computer science degree, but thanks to required courses, I had to. Did I organize a riot and disrupt the class so no one else could learn that shit either? No, I acted like an adult. I sat in the back of the room with my mouth shut no matter how much utterly stupid, unsubstantiated shit that professor babbled. I took her tests, aced everything by the way because I'm something of an expert at making up bullshit that sounds good when I want to be, and went on with my life knowing not one thing I heard in that class was true. In retrospect, I probably should have challenged some of that utter horse crap, but, at the time, I didn't give a fuck. I had a much higher opinion of people then. I thought there's no way anyone is going to actually believe this insane bullshit anyway, so what's the harm? Years later, I see people like you running around and I wonder how many of my fellow students are now completely retarded because they weren't smart enough to see through the lies. How many of those students are now teaching this same stupid shit to gullible kids too dumb to see through it? Clearly, I've overestimated the intelligence of your average college student. Anyway, I have now done you the courtesy of listening to your argument and can say with confidence you're a fucking moron and you're very likely to remain one because it's apparent that you think you know everything already. Friendly advice, you don't. Take your head out of your ass, put your massive ego aside, and try to learn something for a change. You'll be better off in the end. What's next, Bob? School cancels Hunchback of Notre Dame due to white student getting lead role. A New York high school has canceled a production of The Hunchback of Notre Dame after a student activist group complained about a white student being cast in a lead role. The school now will be putting on an alternative production. Members of Ithaca High School's Students United Ithaca, all 5 of them, got together and wrote up a letter and list of demands after the role of Esmeralda went to a Caucasian peer. Right, so 5 students threw a hissy fit and you caved to their demands. Letting the patients run the asylum now, are we? It shows you that theater wasn't made for you, said Maddie Carroll, a member of the Students United group who is African American. And it shows you that if you can't get the parts that were written for you, what parts are you going to get? Alright, hold on, Toots. Clearly, you don't know all that much about Esmeralda. Her given name was Agnes. She was French. Born to a French whore, kidnapped by gypsies, and replaced with Quasimodo. In other words, dear, Esmeralda is a fucking white girl. Raised by gypsies, or Roma if you prefer, yes, but she is not a gypsy by blood. Just because Disney decided to color her that way and take all sorts of other poetic freedoms with the story while they were at it, doesn't make Disney right. Victor Hugo wrote the damn thing, not Walt fucking Disney. Student United's letter conceded that the student cast as Esmeralda is a stellar actor, singer, and dancer, and that any production would be lucky to have her. Then sit down and shut the fuck up. If she's as good as you seem to think she is, then this production is lucky to have her, and you should go read the damn book instead of throwing an ignorant hissy fit. However, it added, our concern is not with her, but with the fact that in terms of demographics, she is the wrong choice for this role. And as I've just revealed, you're fucking wrong, so piss off. Grr! I hate ignorant twats pissing on things they don't know anything about. I watched a Disney movie, so I know all about it. Get fucked, you ignorant pieces of shit. You saw a rip-off of a classic novel. That's all. Maybe you should spend more time reading and less time complaining. Alright, Bob, that pissed me off, so let's dive into the toxic masculinity box. Massachusetts mom stabbed 2 sons to death during voodoo ritual, cops say. A Massachusetts mother, who was arrested after she allegedly stabbed her 2 sons to death with a kitchen knife, told police that she attacked them as part of a voodoo ritual, an official said Tuesday. Latarsha L. Sanders, 43, claimed she first stabbed her eldest son, Edson, 8, during a ritual, but it came out wrong, Assistant Plymouth District Attorney Jessica Kenny said during an arraignment hearing, according to the Boston Herald. Sanders then reportedly went after her 5-year-old son, Larson Brito. She said she had stabbed him because she had failed in the ritual with Marlon, Kenny said. She responded to police that she felt bad about what she had done. An early autopsy report showed the 8-year-old was stabbed 50 times, Kenny said. 50 times? And you say, oops, fuck that up, let me try again on the other one. What the fuck, woman? The suspect also reportedly told authorities the type of weapon she used, that she mopped up the blood, and that she cleaned up both of the children and placed them in separate beds, Kenny said. Sanders pleaded not guilty after being charged with 2 counts of murder. She was ordered held without bail. Not guilty? After admitting all that, you plead not guilty? Wait, let me take a wild guess at your excuse. The evil, white, cis, heteronormative capitalist patriarchy made me do it. Or was it that those boys were possessed by toxic masculinity and your ritual stabbing was meant to exorcise the demon? Well, it worked. Those 2 can't be toxic patriarchy monsters anymore, huh? Damn, Sorry, folks. Sometimes these stories are hard to do. Once in a while, I lose my inner snarky, sarcastic, smartass voice under a wave of anger and disgust. Get us out of here, Bob. Give us something funny. College Bar's Make America Jolly Again event canceled after diverse campus groups object. An Ohio university ended up canceling an on-campus bar and grills event because it featured a play on President Trump's Make America Great Again campaign theme. According to the Observer, Case Western Reserve University's The Jolly Scholar had planned a Make America Jolly Again party on January 26th, featuring red baseball caps with the event's slogan on them. However, a large number of diverse student organizations expressed their displeasure in a letter to the bar's owner, Matt Vann. The red cap and its slogan have become a symbol for hate and bigotry in this country, said Justine Bernadette, president of the campus Latino organization, whatever. It is no longer a marketing tool of a presidential campaign. The slogan is used by hate groups and extremists nationally as a rallying cry for violence and abuse against marginalized communities. She added, many of us do not see it as that big of a jump from wearing those red caps to white hoods. So, no one is allowed to wear a red hat anymore because red hats are just a teeny tiny little jump away from white hoods, huh? Well, bad news for the Kansas City Chiefs, I guess, and the St. Louis Cardinals, and the San Francisco 49ers, and the Los Angeles Angels, and the University of Houston Cougars, the Atlanta Falcons, the Detroit Red Wings, the Cincinnati Reds, the entire country of Canada. Well, no wonder she thinks racists are everywhere. Just look at all these fucking red hats. You better run for Mexico while you can. Well, shit. Looks like the racists are down there too. Stay in school, dear. You most definitely need to learn better arguments. That's it for this week, folks. Remember your mantra. Women are victims, men are oppressors, and feminism is just about equality. I'll see you all next time.